Alright, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. We're filming another tutorial today because it's my first time back here in about a week. I was just in Birmingham for a full week and now I'm back here. What is this though? There's always so much stuff on the skate park that gives you wheel bite and then you just stop and fall.
Get the hell out of here!
Anyway guys, for today's video I'm going to show you 5 tricks that you can learn in one day. These are all going to be really easy even if you're a complete beginner on a skateboard, but obviously the better you are, the easier these tricks are going to be. Hello. I'm going to try and make all these tricks very easy, probably about the same difficulty of just doing an ollie on your board. So if you guys can do that, then you can probably do all these tricks, you don't need to worry. So trick number 1, the first trick of the list, was actually the first trick that I think I learned on my skateboard, and that's a hippie jump over a rail. Like this old boy right here. It's kind of the easiest way to get over a rail without actually having to ollie over it, because the hippie jump is when your board rolls straight under the rail and then you jump over it and then land back on the board. And one of the good things about it is you can learn it without actually doing it over the rail. You can just learn it by jumping up whilst riding on the flat ground, and then just do some little hops on your board. Get comfortable with that, maybe chucking a 180 in there. Just practice getting used to that feeling of jumping up on your board, and then we can take it to the rail. Might feel a little bit sketchy at first because you don't really know the timing of when you're supposed to jump so you don't hit your feet when you're trying to jump over a rail. But one of the ways you guys can get used to that is just practice by jumping over the rail but don't actually land back on your board. Just fully commit to it, try land back on your board and then roll away. And one of the good things about the hippie jump is the difficulty is kind of determined by how high the rail is that you're trying to jump over. So you can start off with something really small like this. It's only like, this is like my knee height, and then you can move it up and up and up until you're jumping over something like your head height if you get really good at it. You know, if you got those really springy kind of frog legs like I do. Hippie jumps are one of my favorite tricks and I do them all the time. And then trick number 2 is a flat ground trick, and it's a fakie big spin. If you don't know what a fakie big spin is, I'll give you guys a quick example. It's kind of like a fakie 3 shove, but then you also turn 180 degrees with your body. Now if you guys can't even do a simple shove it on your board, I wouldn't even say it's 100% necessary before learning a fakie big spin. All you really need to be able to do is to just ride fakie on your board, riding backwards on your skateboard like this. And then you want to move your feet kind of into this position, and then just practice kicking your board out this way, trying to kind of shove it around. You're not trying to land on it just yet, you're just trying to kind of get the feeling of shoving your board around, trying to make it do a 360. Might seem a little bit scary at first, but keep practicing and then you'll get the feeling for it, and then you can focus on trying to land it. One of the good things about this trick is if you don't do the full 3 shove around, you can kind of land on it with your back foot on the tail and then bring it around a little bit like a little revert, which means that you can kind of get away without doing a 100% perfect 3 shove. You can kind of do like a 270 shove and then kind of bring it around for the rest of the shove. And you can practice doing like a little 180 kick turn whilst riding fakie, so you're going back to riding regular. Get comfortable with that little 180 pivot whilst riding fakie. Then all you've got to do is add a small shove it into that, and then you're basically doing a fakie big spin. You can start off by riding real slow so it's not too scary. Just little baby steps. Little baby big spins until you can do them confidently and get them good. Also, whilst I'm going through this list of tricks, if you guys are stuck on anything, just let me know down in the comments and I'll try to answer them all. And then trick number 3 is like a small board slide on a ledge, kind of like on the corner, the very edge of a ledge. Board slides are usually more of a rail trick because there's nothing for your wheels to catch on. It can just slide all the way along and then right off the end of the rail. Now you can still do them on the ledge, but it's a little bit harder because your wheels can kind of catch on the top of it. One of the worst sounding noises for most people, but for me, I kind of like that noise. So this makes it kind of hard to do like a really long, smooth board slide on a ledge, unless you find like a really waxed up, slidey ledge that your wheels can kind of slide along really easily. So to get into the board slide, you want to roll up kind of at an angle, pop up onto the ledge into this position, have your feet kind of just above the bolt so you can really force the board along. You want to make sure your board's not perfectly side on like this, because then you're probably going to stick and then you're going to fall forward. You want the board to be more like this so you can slide it all the way along and then off the ledge and then roll away. So if you find that your wheels are kind of sticking too much and then stopping you from sliding and then you need to jump forward, whilst you're in the board slide, just try lean back a little bit, and that's going to lift your wheels up and then you're going to be able to slide a little bit easier. You also really need to try like force your board along it. That's like the biggest piece of advice. Even if there's like no wax on the ledge at all, you should still be able to do it. And the good thing about learning a board slide on a ledge like that is that it's a good stepping stone to learning it on a rail. Kind of gets you used to the feeling of sliding your deck along something and then landing back down on your wheels. So when you do come to doing it on a rail, you kind of know where to have your weight and where you should be balancing on your board. But just as a little piece of advice, ledges are a lot more sticky. When you go to do it on the rail, it's going to be a lot more slidey, so be careful you don't slip out and get hurt. My first couple board slides on a rail, I completely wrecked myself, landed on my back, landed on my ass, hurt my neck, and it's a bad time if you don't really know where to lean or what you're doing at all. Just make sure you're confident with it and then you're probably going to be fine. Don't kind of wimp it out and go all sketchy on it. And then guys, trick number 4 is a nollie shove it to revert on a flat bank. I'll start off by showing you guys an example just so you know what I'm going to be talking about. This was a weird trick that I kind of just started doing when I came to the skate park. I started off by just learning how to do a nollie shove it on the flat ground, which if you guys have never tried it before, give it a go. It's actually not too hard. I find it easier to do than just like a normal basic shove it without any pop. To do the nollie shove it, you just kind of have your front foot on your board like this, kind of on your toes, and then you want to kick it just around 180 degrees, and then you're going to land back on it. You want to take it to a flat bank and then try roll away fakie. You might find it a little bit hard at first, but I guarantee it's one of the most easy tricks to do on a flat bank. Just have your foot already in the shove it position when you're rolling up to it, and then when you kind of stop moving, do a little shove and then ride back down fakie. And then all you've got to do from there is, after you've done the nollie shove, try landing like this position with your back foot on the tail, and then revert and then roll back down the bank. It's really fun, and then you can adapt that little revert technique with a bunch of other tricks. Like you can do it with just ollies, or you can do it with kick flips. It's going to help you guys get used to doing frontside flips and backside flips, nollie big spins and regular big spins. Just any trick really that's got a 180 in it as well. And then also you can try this nollie shove it, but shove it the other way. So instead of doing it this way, which I think is called backside, you can do it frontside like this. And then you can do that on the flat bank but add in the revert, and then it's kind of like doing a nollie frontside big spin. And then guys, trick number 5 is a quarter pipe trick, and it's a fakie rock. It's kind of like a rock to fakie, but I've always found it a little bit easier because you don't need to ride back down the ramp fakie, you can ride back down regular. So the fakie rock is when you ride up a ramp fakie, you want to tap your deck and your wheels are above the coping. When you're coming back in, you want to lift the back trucks up just enough to let the wheels clear the coping. You really don't want to make them hit the coping because then you're going to fall forward down the flat. So you want to ride up, tap your board, do a slight little manual coming back in, and then ride back down the ramp regular. I recommend learning this trick on a quarter like this, where it doesn't really have much of a coping, it's more just kind of like a ledge, because there's less for your wheels to kind of catch up on if you are going to catch up on the quarter. So you want to find something like this where your wheels can just kind of roll back in if they need to, if you don't lift it up in time. And then once you guys get comfortable with that, you can take it to a proper quarter with some coping on it, and then just do kind of the same thing. You want to rock it, but then make sure your wheels do clear back in, because it's a little bit easier to hang up and catch your wheels on a quarter when it's actually got coping on it. All you really need to think about is the timing on your board, when you need to lift that back truck up to get over the coping and when you need to lift it back up to go down the ramp. Practice on the smallest quarters at your skate park and then take it to bigger ones and then bigger ones until you're doing it on the biggest thing there. And then once you guys get comfortable with doing the Fakie rock, then you can learn the rock to Fakie, the rock to roll, and then a bunch of other quarter pipe tricks. They're all just going to kind of come together and they're going to be a little bit easier because you can do all the previous tricks to learn it. So you guys get the idea, learn the basic tricks first and then you can progress onto the harder and harder tricks. And this is just a list of 5 tricks, but there's tons more tricks out there that you guys can learn even if you're a complete beginner. Let me know if you guys want another video like this and let me know what you want it on. I could do 5 tricks on flat ground, 5 tricks on a quarter, 5 tricks on a flat bank. These are truly my favorite videos to make. I love helping you guys out and I love seeing all the comments on these videos where you guys say that the video helped you out and it helped you land the trick. Really makes me feel good and makes me feel like I'm doing something positive and good on this channel. If you guys liked this video and found it helpful, please show me that you did by hitting the like button. Leave a comment of some other videos that you want me to make in the future down in the comments. Subscribe if you're not already. I'm making videos like this all the time along with a bunch of other skate content, a bunch of funny stuff, bunch of skate vlogs, bunch of just videos that I like to make and videos that I think are funny and also helpful. I make a lot of these tutorials, so if you guys are a beginner, subscribe, get better at skateboarding. And if you want to help this video blow up just like a little bit, leave a bunch of comments down below. Leave 5 different video ideas down in the comments. Although it sounds really dumb, I really do think it helps these videos do a lot better. So if you want to help it blow up a little bit, comment down below 5 times, leave a like on this video, share it with your friends. Just help this channel kind of blow up a little bit. And guys, that's all there is for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna do a couple more tricks around the park and then I'm gonna end off the video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Let's do a couple more tricks. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Bye.